Alright, now we need to talk about this. For the last 10 years, we have been hearing about the future of mobile phones. We have seen foldables, flip phones, and rollables, but they all felt like steps towards something. Well, I think the destination has just arrived. This is the Galaxy Z TriFold. And yes, it does exactly what the name says. It doesn't just fold, it unfolds twice. But this is not something new. We have already seen the tri-folding phones from Huawei, so it's kind of familiar. Now, Samsung just dropped this announcement, and honestly, the spec sheet reads like a wish list we didn't think was physically possible yet. We are talking about a phone that turns into a legitimate 10-inch tablet, pretty thin when unfolded, and packs a battery bigger than the S25 Ultra. First, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you fold a screen twice without it being a brick in your pocket? Samsung claims they have re-engineered the hinge entirely. They are calling it the Armor Flex hinge, which is a fancy marketing term for a dual rail system that handles two different folding points. But here is the wild part. When you unfold this thing completely, it is 3.9 millimeters thin. That is just absurd. For context, that's barely thicker than the charging port itself. And when it's closed, it's about 12.9 mm thick. For comparison, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is 8.2 mm thick. Samsung has used titanium for the hinge housing and something called advanced armor aluminum for the frame to keep it rigid. And you need that rigidity because when you are holding a 10-inch sheet of glass that's this thin, you don't want it wobbling around. And what about the weight? This phone weighs at 309 grams compared to S25 Ultra, which weighs about 218 grams. So close to about 100 grams heavier than the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which is kind of chunky. Imagine carrying this phone in your pocket and walking around. It might get a bit uncomfortable. The back is a ceramic glass fiber mix, which sounds fancy, but mainly it means it's tough and keeps the weight down. It looks futuristic, sort of carbon fiber finish. On the front, you have got a standard 6.5-inch display. It's not skinny or weirdly tall. It's a normal flagship phone size. 120Hz super bright, 2600 nits brightness. You could use this as your daily driver without ever opening it and be perfectly happy. But then you crack it open, you get this massive 10-inch canvas. This isn't tablet sized like the old folds. This is a tablet. It's QXGA plus resolution, pumping out 1600 nits of brightness. The viewing experience is just different because of the aspect ratio. You can watch movies or YouTube videos with way less letterboxing. So it definitely gives you a better experience. And for the multitaskers, which let's be honest, is who this phone is made for. You can run 3 full-sized portrait applications side by side. Imagine Twitter, YouTube, and your Notes application all open and none of them look squished. It's a productivity monster for sure. Under the hood, we are looking at the Snapdragon 8 Elite mobile platform for Galaxy and not the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. This is definitely a bummer because you're going to pay a hefty amount for this phone and you'll still get one generation old Snapdragon processor. Of course, should not be a problem to use the phone. However, when you're paying such a hefty price, you definitely want the latest. And when it comes to software experience, Samsung has finally unleashed the standalone DeX on the phone itself. You don't need a monitor. You can literally turn the 10-inch screen into a desktop interface. And speaking of creators, the AI integration is everywhere. It's got the new Gemini Live baked in. Because the screen is so big, you can do things like show the AI a photo of your living room on one side of the screen while browsing furniture on the other side. And it'll give you real-time interior design advice. It's multimodal AI that actually feels useful because you have the screen real estate to see what it's doing. Now let's talk about the camera, battery, and charging speeds. Powering all of this is a 5600 mAh battery, and how did they manage to fit this into a 3.9 mm frame? They split it into 3 cells, one in each panel. And when it comes to charging speeds, it still supports 45 watt charging, so there is no improvement there at all. Samsung says it's an all-day battery, but with a 10-inch screen running at 120Hz, I'm really curious to see how that holds up in real-world usage. Now, having said all this, the phone will have drawbacks as well. With multiple hinges and more complex design, durability over years of folding and unfolding will be tested. Even though Samsung has tested more than 2 lakh times, and with the premium materials, foldables historically raise questions about long-term reliability. Next, when unfolded or folded, it might feel heavier than a standard phone or even some tablets. It is much thicker than your Galaxy Z Fold 7, and its weight is 309 grams, which makes it quite heavier. And when it comes to price, given its ambition and engineering complexity, we can expect it to be quite premium, somewhere around 2500 to 2800 US dollars, and that may feel overkill for a lot of users who just want a regular phone. So when can you get it? If you're in Korea, it drops on December 12th, followed by US, China, Singapore, UAE very soon, and probably it will expand to a few more markets, which is not confirmed yet. Now this feels like a pivotal movement. The TriFold isn't just a weird experiment, it feels like the final form of the phone-tablet hybrid we have been dreaming about. But what do you think about this? Is 3 screens too many, or is this exactly what you have been waiting for? Drop a comment below, and while you do that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you find this video informative. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys take care and stay safe. Cheers, bye bye.